Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Buzby with Dr. Buzby's ToeGrips, and I have with us today Dell Foster from MWI. He's one of their sales reps, and he's our rep, and he's going to ask some questions about how ToeGrips are used in practice.
Well, Dr. Buzby, first off, how do they work?
Great question. The way that ToeGrips work is that they provide traction for the dog the natural way. Dogs use their nails for traction, they dig in, and in the wild that's fine because they're on earthen terrain and they work like soccer cleats. But on hard surface flooring like hardwood and tile, that only makes matters worse. And so they simply enable traction by augmenting the nail at the grip zone. The natural rubber material grips the floor in a way that the nail cannot. And we have a picture of that called the grip zone, illustrated here, and that's essentially how they function. It's a really simple idea, but they work beautifully.
So how are ToeGrips applied in the office?
In our practice, we schedule a client to come in and have their dog measured and to have the ToeGrips applied while the client watches all that. Some practices will just sell ToeGrips on the counter and not be involved, but we prefer to be involved with sizing the ToeGrip, which is a one-time process, and then applying for the client. The way that we apply them is illustrated on inside every package, but you just basically have to break the coefficient of friction by lubricating the ToeGrip. We use isopropyl alcohol to do that, and then slide the ToeGrip on and then work it up into the grip zone with your fingertips or fingernails. And one thing that I will note is that after that, we have some clients that say, yeah, I can do that at home, no problem. But the vast majority say, I'll gladly pay you to do that. And so they continue to come in every 2 to 3 months, which is on average how long ToeGrips last, and have them reapplied that way.
Any concerns, doctor, with the dog chewing them off?
The dogs that chew them off will be dogs that chew them off based on their personality. So dogs that have anxiety, dogs that are separation anxiety, OCD, very, very uncommon. I would say less than 2% and potentially even less than that will chew them off. No dog is chewing them off because they're bothering them on the toenail. Based on the innervation of the toenail, they don't even notice the toe grips, unlike booties or socks or things glued to the paw pads, which are disturbing to a dog because they feel them and it's just not natural. These are very natural on the tip of the toenail and they don't seem to bother the dog at all.
And when the dog gets nail trimmed, do they come off and are they reapplied, or do you put new ones on at that time?
Yeah, so I recommend fairly frequent nail trims for dogs. Unfortunately, most people don't follow those instructions, but I do really think that dogs need to have their nails trimmed at least every month. And the ToeGrips are reusable, so you can take them off, you can trim the nails, and when you reapply those same ToeGrips, as long as they're not too worn out, you are basically rotating the ToeGrip like a car tire, and so the grip zone is now in a different place, and it actually helps them last longer and be a better value for the client. So they are reusable. At some point, they're going to wear through so much, and that's obvious, that they're no longer functionally competent, and they do need to be replaced at that time.
So the patient will know by looking at them when they need to come in to have them replaced?
The client should know by looking at them and seeing how far they're worn through, and also when they start to really wear and lose that grip zone, the dog's going to begin losing traction, and that's another big clue.
I think that's all the questions I have today.
All right, please check out our other videos in this series for more information on ToeGrips.